I thought it was a really good week for us. It'd been a year where we haven't put ourselves kind of in that final heat as much as we were used to here. And so to be in there against two of the top teams in the country down the stretch, getting that feels, I mean, certainly we want to win. You always want to win. But I thought the things we learned and just to kind of see a kind of a breakout tournament for a freshman, Ryan Downs, and then to see Wells up against some of the best amateurs in the world kind of put his foot down and claim the championship was pretty big for us.
Does that give you guys confidence as you sort of head into this SEC?
Absolutely, it does. I mean, we're heading to, we kind of like dividing our seasons into sections, and we're now rolling into championship season where it means a little more. You play, the stakes are a little larger, and to be honest with you, it's exciting. It's the first time in quite a few years that we haven't been the hunted going into championship. We're going to have to do some hunting, and I think that should give us take a little pressure off, maybe a little bit to how we just kind of had the target on our back for a while, and not that we don't anymore, but certainly our league is what we are in men's golf is as tough as the SEC is in any sport. I can promise you that.
Yep. Auburn and Ole Miss, I think, kind of got you at least in real life. You think you guys can take them at the SEC?
Yeah, I mean, we got to give ourselves that opportunity. I think it's you can't skip steps anywhere, and they can't skip steps. But yeah, Auburn certainly beat us in the SEC championship match last year in a really well played match, and then they turned that into a national championship. And so we gotta have a team this year that we got to get back into our processes. We're have 3 new guys playing, and honestly, Wells Williams playing in his first SEC championship, even though he's a junior, so he's been there with us, but he doesn't have necessarily the championship season reps. And so Jackson and Gordon will need to run a load of the leadership and really show our guys the ropes, and they've been fortunate to play in several of these championships, and I think that's important this time of year.
Is it at the same course every year now?
It is, yep. Seaside Golf Course over at Sea Island, yep.
So that experience for Van Paris and Sargent, they can you actually tell guys about the course, or just when you're during the practice round you say, don't get it here, don't get it here? How does that?
No, the preparation's already started. I mean, just like yesterday, I heard Gordon sharing with Chase Nevins on our team, hey, this is how you're going to this is what you're going to need to focus on holes 1 through 3, and really breaking down the course in terms of, because you want to practice the way you plan on performing. You want to see the shots, the shapes of the shots. So we're talking about those type of things daily. Like, this is what you're going to be looking like on one with an east wind, north wind, south wind. All of those things change when you play an outdoor sport based on, you're trying to get your ball to a certain spot, but the clubs to get it there changes based on the wind directions, and it blows there.
I'm sure. And finally, do you like the mindset of where your team is? I mean, you guys led the first round. I'm not
second round as well. Yeah, took the lead. Yep.
The 27-27 kind of threw me.
Yeah.
But do you like where they are mentally?
I really do. I think, any team, you're trying to play your best golf at the end. Like, that's what we're trying to do. And I thought for 45 holes of the Mason Rudolph, maybe even as much as 47, 48. Anyway, the back 9 final round, we had played maybe our most complete golf tournament, and then we got uncomfortable. And we didn't handle that as well. But sometimes you have to kind of fail a little bit to take a step forward. We've been a pretty consistent team this year, and we're going to play probably the number 1 strength of schedule. And I told the guys, hey, we could bring worse teams in here, win by 20, and think we've done. So it's just a matter of how you take it. You want to play against the best, which is what our players sign up at Vanderbilt to do, to learn about yourself. And so I definitely think we'll enter with some momentum. We had a little 2-week break to fine-tune a little bit, and I'm excited. I'm excited about where Gordon is. I think he's making some progress in his journey, and Jackson and Wells have certainly carried the brunt of the load for the better part of the year. We just need guys to step up, right? I mean, postseason, no matter what sport you're playing, your best players and other players, they got to step up, make shots, make plays, and that's what we'll need next week.